So here we go. There's no turning back now. I wanted to do an introductory video to the channel, the Crystal Enchantress. I kind of wanted to give a little rundown of what I'm wanting the channel to be about, and a little bit about myself, and what type of things I'm doing for myself to self-heal using spell works, meditation, and things like that. So this is going to be for anybody that can relate, or if anybody you know that is going through the same thing, you know, it'd be really nice to not only for them to hear, you know, that there's spell works and things like that that can actually help, but also me, it's helping me, letting me know that I'm not alone as well. I began my spiritual journey back in 2012. That's when I was spiritually awoken, and after I was spiritually awoken, I have never been the same since. I basically, at first, was scared out of my fucking mind. Like, I literally started calling family up, like the world's gonna end. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? I mean, I was literally shitting bricks because everything that I had ever been taught, you know, I basically was now being told, like, you know, everything was a lie, and it was just really hard for me at first. But then after, like, I don't want to say like a week, I got over it, and I was like really happy about this new journey and excitement, and it was like a new me. Like when they say like you're born again, in essence, I never really understood that, because it's like, be born again, what the fuck? I was already born, and I really, when I went and I gave my life, like, you know how the church tells you you have to go in front of everybody and give your life and be saved in front of everybody. That's not how I would picture God wanting us to be. It's kind of more like an intimate thing. Like, I shouldn't have to walk down in front of 100 people to go and proclaim my faith. It should be something intimate. So when I felt like I was reborn again, it was like, it felt like I was just different. Like there was something new about me, like something was gonna be starting new. And I just basically, I remember, like, I just felt like a new person. And I literally decided, and I couldn't wait to see, you know, what new things were gonna start for me, because I basically was ready to give up the world and all the materialism and following the world standards. And I basically decided that I was going to carry my cross and move forward in this journey. So when I decided to do that, that's when everything started to become hardcore. Like when I was following the way of the world and going along with the bullshit, you know, the day-to-day 9-to-5 job and things like that, I basically had money for all my bills. I was, you know, living it up. And I'm not saying that this is exactly how it is for everybody, because, you know, it wasn't. But when I decided to go on my own spiritual path, I was told that I was gonna have to basically be, like, I guess, tested and really see if I was going to be able to withstand the pressure of what I was going to be. Because what my story is now, if I didn't go through what I went through, I wouldn't be able to be speaking about how I still made it out alive, because that's how I feel. Like, I feel like when I get to heaven, I don't know if anybody's ever seen that quote, like, you're gonna slide your ass in there and be like, I made it. That's gonna be me. I'm gonna be like, I made it, motherfuckers. Where's the blunt at? But what I'm saying is like, I basically really honestly gave up the world, and I started to follow my own path and things like that. And that's when shit became real for me. Like, I started seeing things and reading things about, vaccinations and things, and I decided I'm not going to vaccinate my kids, and then I started getting heat for it, and I was like, okay, well, great, I respect everybody's opinion, but this is mine, and this is what I want to do. And with the thing is when you're spiritually awoken, you're going to seem crazy to a lot of people. Which, to me, that's why I say, like, if you're going to go through this spiritual path, you have to be a strong-headed person, because so many people are going to throw so much shit at you. They're going to criticize you. They're going to talk shit about you. They're going to make you feel like you're crazy. And in essence, you're going to want to believe it, and you're going to want to go back to the way you were and stuff like that. And I was like, no, I'm not going to go back to the way I was. I'm not going to follow the stupid rules, and I'm going to do this the way that I'm doing it now, and that's it. Great. If you want to be in my life, great. If you don't, you don't have to talk to me. I love you from a distance, and that's it. So, but I try to always just, for the people that don't agree with me, I let them be, because we were all sleeping at one point. I've always been spiritual since I was a little girl. I always knew I was different. I astral projected out of my body when I was 5, when my sister passed away. And when my sister passed away, that was a really hard moment in my life, because I was 5 and she was 4. And she was like my best friend. And she did everything. So me having kids now, and I have 4 kids. I have 3 boys and 1 girl. But my 4-year-old and my 6-year-old remind me of that relationship, where it's like that shadow that they have to do everything that you do. And I was really close to my sister. So when I saw death, because she passed away right in front of me, when I saw death in my eyes at the age of 5, it really took a toll on me. Not understanding why, things like that. Why did she go? And it was just really, really hard, not only on me, but seeing it on my mom, and seeing my mom suffer the death of a child, because I would never know what it would be like. I couldn't imagine it. Even though my kids don't belong to me, they belong to God, and I'm just here, to upbring them and love them unconditionally, and show them, the ways of a spiritual journey, and let them become their own little individuals. It was just hard, so I was really spiritual, and then I astral projected out of my body, and then that's when I started searching for the meaning of life. Like, I read the Bible, the book of Matthew, I believe it was, at the age of 7. So I read it, and there's one thing that always stood out to me, was how Jesus was so willing to put his life down on the line for for people he didn't know, or for murderers, or for prostitutes, or thieves, and things like that. Like, just to hear him doing that always struck me as like, damn, that really is crazy. Like, I don't know nobody that would fucking die for a murderer or a thief or anything like that. So knowing all those things and stuff like that, I began doing my own research and stuff like that. And then, life goes along, and I grew up, and I went to school, and I wanted to be the popular kid, and I was hanging out, wanted to be the thug, getting into trouble and shit like that. And I was like really getting into trouble, where I was getting into trouble with the law. So I feel like the universe knew that that's not the path that I needed to be on. So they sent me my high school sweetheart at that point, which I met him when I was 16, and I have been with him for 18 years. And if I can describe a relationship that Satan would want to destroy and see if it's real or not, that would be my relationship with my husband. We have been through everything that anybody can been through. We've been through, financial issues. We've been through, issues with jealousy, lies, cheating, we're going through a sobriety right now, so we had addiction, things like that. Like, we've been through everything that you can think of that would make people want to quit on a relationship or get a divorce, things like that. We've been through everything like that. And no matter what, I have to say that one of us has at one point held on to the other. It was maybe one time at his point he held on to me, or at that time I held on to him and forgave him and all that stuff. And so, we basically have been able to forgive and move forward. And yeah, it's been harder for him to let go of the past, but I have seen in the 18 years that I've been with him, because it was in 2013 that I had told him some devastating news, and then that's when we started drinking heavy, like every day. And that's when he became an alcoholic and I became an alcoholic. I became an alcoholic to deal with the facts of I was living in a society with all these bullshit rules, and I didn't like it, and I had to deal with people's criticism, people's bullshit, which, to me, I like the feeling I felt when I was buzzed. I didn't give a shit. I was whatever. So I took up to the alcohol for that. He took up to the alcohol to, calm his, to basically numb his feelings of hurt, of me doing what I did behind his back and things like that. And so we took to alcohol, and, we became functioning alcoholics, and, it basically tried to destroy our relationship. And with the way that we want things now, we don't want to continue that path. So then that's where this channel comes into play, because I feel like everybody has something. Everybody has an addiction. Everybody has, whether it be food, whether it be shopping, whether it be drugs, whether it be alcohol, whether it be just anything that is an addiction, or eating, or whatever it is that you have, those type of things. Basically, you... I want to do it too. Okay, you get one over there, okay? Put it over there and then give me all the petals. Yeah, sit down right there and pull the petals and put them all in a pile. So, I basically... You want to use this channel because I feel like... Okay, put them all right there. Right here. I want to use this channel so that basically people can see, I use spell works to heal myself. I use meditation to heal myself, because I know that when people think of spells, because I thought this way, that you would do a spell and it basically would be like, oh, I did a spell and I should be magically fucking fixed. No, that's not even close to the damn truth. It takes work. It takes time. It takes a lot of... That's why they say when you're wanting, you're basically putting it out into the existence. You have to keep saying it, because you're putting it out there into the existence. So when I started the sobriety journey, I began to do spell works, and I would write out, and then I would do the egg, and I did an egg where I wrote on it, and then I took it to a 4 corners, and I cracked it, and I do sleeping meditations for my husband and I at night. We put on the YouTube, and we just let it play in the room and let it, work in our subconscious. And then I started noticing within a few weeks that we were waking up, and the first thing that wasn't on our mind was to drink. Because we used to wake up and the first thing that we would do is grab a drink. And I wouldn't eat. I mean, I would go 2, 3, 4 days without eating. It would just be drink all day, every day. So, I basically started noticing that I was waking up and I wasn't that wasn't the first thing on my mind. I started waking up and I felt, I went like all the way a whole day, 2 days without drinking. Then I would go, okay, let's have a beer or 2 beers that night, and that was it. And it was really strange because from somebody drinking all day to just having 2 beers in one evening and just being okay with that, that's how I knew that my spells were working. Because I saw a change in my mentality and the way I was feeling in my body. I didn't feel like I needed it to function. So, that's part of what this channel is my journey using those type of methods to sober up. And then, also I've had my angels and my spirit guides that have been telling me, do tarot card readings, which at first I was like, because, I thought it was like a bad thing. And, my mom would always be like, oh, that's evil in the church and all that stuff. And I was like, no way, I'm not going to do that. And so then my husband was like, do it, I think you'd be good at it. And I'm like, nah, man. So then one day I was like, fine, angels, if y'all want me to read cards, then bring them to me. So then I was in Goodwill with my husband, and he brought me up a stack of tarot cards from 1985 too. And he was like, look what I found. And I was like, and this was the same day that I had said that. So right then and there, I knew that my purpose was to allow the guides to speak through me, to get the messages across to the people that needed to hear it. Because to me, I feel like, we need direction. We need to know, kind of like what's going on in our life, and that positive affirmation that, this is what's gonna, not fortune telling, but for me, it's more like just being that messenger for the universe to relay a message. That's what I feel like is important to me. And then I also like to do a lot of arts and crafts. Like right now, I'm doing rose water, so that's why I'm plucking the roses that I had that are basically almost, they're not, I use them up because I love flowers. I love having live flowers in my house. I think it's beautiful to have. So their life is about done. So I'm gonna use the petals now for rose water. I put spring water in here, and then I'm putting the leaves in there. But I like to do a lot of arts and crafts. So I'm gonna do that as well on this channel. DIYs, all those things, because I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I have 2 little ones at home right now, and I have 2 in school. So, this is what I want this channel to be about. I want this channel to not be religious or witchcraft or, this, that. No, I don't want a label. I want it to be something positive. I want it to be like, this is my story. This is what I do, and maybe it can help somebody. In essence, I hear your story and it's gonna help me. So I want it to be a positive channel where people can just relate, and if they can use it, use it. If somebody, let them know. Just use that information and just be like, what, that's positive shit, and I need positiveness. So I like how she is, and things like that, and just and just want it to be a fun experience, because I'm really excited, especially being spiritually awoken back in 2012. I felt like a different person from 2012 to 2014. Then around 2015, 16, 17, 18 was when shit really started changing, when I went through like this dark phase in my life. And when they say, like, in the Bible, when they tell you, you hear, follow, all you have to do is trust in me and you're going to go to heaven, or, whatever it is you believe. But that's basically what I have read when I was little in the Bible. I was like, okay, that's all I got to do. I just got to believe. That's it. Oh, well, shit, that's easy as hell. The fuck it is. When I started carrying my own cross and decided that I was gonna give my life completely up to the universe to be used, that's when Satan motherfucking threw everything at me. And that's why I'm saying, when my relationship I've been through everything. I have been through addiction. I've been homeless. And in homeless, I'm not talking about begging on the streets for money. I'm talking about not living in a home, and I was camping out with my husband. Yeah, we paid for the campground, but in society and today, they'd be like, yo, what the hell are you doing? But me, I loved it, because if it was my way, I would be living off grid right now. Like, I would be out in the middle of nowhere in my little farm with my animals, with my kids, and doing shit the way it was supposed to be done. Living off the land, having children, being married with my husband, and that's it. Technically, I mean, that's how I would love it to be, and that's how, if you think about it, that's how if God had it the way with Adam and Eve and all that, he just basically said, you know, here you guys are, be married, make more of you, and that's it. Tend to the animals. But all that shit got fucked up. But that's another story, another day. So, you know, I basically don't believe in religion. I mean, I feel like church has fucked shit up for everybody. They make God seem like super scary, like I have to follow all of these rules before I can get into the gates of heaven, or, you know, things like that. And in essence, I feel like if people really knew that it's easy, it really is. It's like all you have to do is just love and forgive and be kind and respect one another. And those things, like, that's it. Not all these rules that people put, or you have to go to church every Sunday and la la la. Okay, cool. That some people, hey, listen, some people find God with church, and that's their story, their journey, and they have to go that way just to find God. Then blessed be. My journey is, I believe church is outside. I believe church is in here. I believe church is in the bathroom. Wherever I want church to be, that's where it's going to be. So, you know, I don't dog anybody, and hopefully none of that happens, because I really want this channel to be just a loving place where, you know, my experiences help somebody, their experiences help me, and we can just be all loving, because that's all I want to be about, love. And using my spells and my meditations and my tarot readings, those things, to bring positive. So, with that said, I hope that my channel becomes, you know, successful in the way that I want it to. And yeah, let's go. Love ya. Peace and love to everyone.